is up, everybody? It is Alex from Heavy New York calling from the quarantine zone again, and we return with Weapons of Anew. Great to talk to you all again.
What's up, brother? How
How
are
are
you?
you, man?
Thanks for having us, man.
Yeah, it's great to have you back. Doesn't it feel like almost a lifetime ago since we spoke at the Scott Stapp tour back in the day?
Dude, it's crazy. We were just talking about it the other day. We haven't been on the road since January, so we went out and did like a one-off. And man, it feels like it was like 5 years ago.
Easily 5
And
years.
then when we were talking about me and Reno, we were talking about the Scott tour the other day. We were talking to Dean Scott's manager, and I was like, man, it feels like forever ago we haven't seen these guys, and it's only been like a year. It's nuts.
Yeah, it's really insane, but better days lying ahead, just slightly delayed.
Oh, man, that's crazy.
Yep. But the last time we spoke, we were talking about, your previous album and, what's in store, but you have the new single out, Sick Boy. Could that maybe serve as like a clear representation of what like the next full-length Weapons of Anew album will sound like?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
No.
I mean, sonically, yeah, it sounds like us. There's stuff like the first record on the new record, but then there's stuff, I can't really say like Sick Boy, but kind of more in like that. It's definitely more radio stuff on it.
Yeah, more current.
Everybody keeps telling us we have 5 or 6 singles on this new record.
Oh, wow.
We'll see.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, we went for it.
Fingers.
We went for it on this one. So they were telling us that we were going to chart on Billboard with this, and we're like, yeah, right. No, we're not. Sure enough, here it is. So it's now when they say something to us, we're kind of like, man, maybe they know what they're talking about.
Could be.
Yeah. Yeah, like, do you go into, like, the songwriting process with, like, a preconceived idea of what you want it to sound like, or is there kind of, like, a lot of trial and error that goes along with it?
On the new record, we kind of knew that we were going to try to go for radio. When we were on the Scott tour, I mean, obviously we were the heavy band.
People were looking at you
still-
like you were Burzum on that tour.
Not that, it
I
was
don't
awesome,
think it was
dude.
that bad.
Bro,
like,
we were on the Tesla tour. That was a bad one.
yeah.
Frank would come up to me every night after we'd get on. He'd be like, did you melt everybody's face, or is there somebody left out there? I'm like, I think there's 2 guys in the front row, but everybody else is dead. So, so I don't want to say that we toned it down, because I mean, we don't really know how to tone it down.
It's different.
Yeah, there's definitely some heavy shit on it.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's some riff, without a doubt.
it's tuned down. It's really heavy. It's pretty modern sounding. To me, it sounds like us because it's us. So I've been living with this shit for a year and a half now. But we kind of knew we wanted to go for radio. Chip, our publicist at the time, who's still our publicist now, he said, he's like, the band's got everything it needs. Like, you got the look, you guys are great live, you guys are good with people. Like, why aren't you going for radio? Like, if you guys really want to blow this band up, you got to get radio involved. Like, all right, I mean, how do we do that?
We want to rock.
Yeah, but we want to be heavy.
We want to rock.
So we spent a decent amount of time concentrating on what was going on at radio and how, the song structures and the time. The big thing was the time. It's like 3 minutes. If it's anything longer than 3 minutes, you're not getting on the radio. So we made sure that the song structures would take you someplace, but it had to kind of move quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So Ferretti's was a huge help with us on that too.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. Like, it's funny too, because like some people say that, oh, when you go to radio, it's selling out, or, it's too mainstream or whatever. But I feel like you guys have the best of both worlds, where like, I think you have a sound that can cater to metal fans, for the Slayers and Metallicas and Megadeths. But I think you also have like that radio sort of vibe behind it. I mean, you toured with Scott Stapp, and I remember he opened up with the Creed song Bullets. And I mean, you show that to like the suburban soccer mom, they're gonna think that that's devil music. So
exactly. Surprisingly, we went over okay on that tour. We did well. We made a lot of new fans. We made a lot of new friends. I was surprised. I didn't know how it was going to go, and honestly, it went pretty well.
I thought it was awesome.
We were happy.
yeah. Do you like? So really, this is almost like a new beginning of Weapons for Anew, right? Like a Weapons of Anew, right? It's not like you're kind of picking up where you left off, or making like a direct continuation or follow up the last album, right?
No. That's just me as a person. I never want to stay still. I always kind of want to grow and challenge myself, challenge, every band. It's Ray on the record. Unfucking believable how good he is.
Tremendous.
Unbelievable how good he sounds on it. And I mean, we pushed him as hard as we could. But I mean, he's the front man, and he's that voice is what's going to move it on radio. It's working so far.
He killed.
So for me, I wanted to grow. So we wrote the record, and then Chad, Zaliga, our new drummer, he's from Breaking Benjamin. We got him,
April?
I think it was like March or April. The record was already done, or at least we thought it was done. And once we got Chad to lay the tracks down on the record, it was like, wow, it took on this whole other life. So it's weird how the record got written. It was like me and Ray would go in and write, and then Reno would come and add his part, and it would add like a whole new element to it. And then when Chad came, it added a whole new dynamic to it. So it was, I think it was just natural we were going to grow. We toured a lot on the last record. I think we did over 200 something shows from when Collision came out to, when we finished, I guess what we'll call the cycle on the last record. So we grew a lot.
So being that like, a lot changes between record to record, not even just, like you learn a lot about yourselves. There's a lot of different experiences. So it's almost seems like that this new album could almost be like a bit of a documentation of how much you've changed over the years.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's definitely, me and Ray say it all the time. It's like a picture of where we are at that point in our lives.
Yeah, we grew up a little bit. Like not a lot, but a little bit.
Yeah.
Grew up.
When Weapons when we did the first record, the Collision record, we were together like a year.
Yeah.
Like a year. Then you put another 4 years on that and all the touring and the just growing, as people. I got sober. So
Oh, congratulations.
It's just, where we are today.
Yeah. So people who may have discovered you guys on Collision, are they going to be expecting a drastic change, you would say? Or they're
No, everybody who's heard the record thinks it's, has given us, pretty big props on it. You could definitely tell it's the same band.
Yeah.
There's something that could be as as similar to like Killshot or something like that on it. But it's just like a little more modern sounding.
Mm-hmm. And I'd imagine
I'm super excited for everybody to hear it because everybody's like, when they heard Sick Boy, they're like, oh my God, this isn't Weapons. And it's like, yo, it's just a cover.
Yeah, wait.
Just chill. It's coming.
Yeah, it's coming. We got
there's a whole plan to it. So there's definitely some heavy stuff on the new record, that's for sure. And even some of the ones that are singles are pretty heavy still. We're playing 7 strings now on a lot of 90% of the new record.
Yeah, what do you play 6 string on?
The instrumental
and then
so 90% is all 7 strings and they're tuned down to G. So there's a really thick, just low end to it. It's cool, man.
Oh, you guys are gonna be gent.
No, and that's the thing, dude. It's like our same vibe that we had on the first record, but now
it's deeper.
Yeah, it's deeper.
It's a deeper vibe.
Just a little more modern sounding. It's cool, man.
Yeah, but like it's funny too, like because when you entered, like did you almost have to kind of like look for the inspiration? Was there maybe like research involved, or did these ideas just some like come sort of naturally?
Yeah,
good question.
Yes, he's always good.
Got good questions, dude.
No, honestly, man. I did a little bit of writing when we were on tour. Like when I had met you already, like I probably had 2 songs or 2 ideas for 2 songs on it. Yeah, probably 2 or 3 actually.
3, dude. Like we came home and you're like, have these, and I'm like, okay, let's go.
We were sneaking a song called Crystalline. So it just kind of organically happened. I didn't really force anything. It was just, this is what I wanted to do. So the only thing that we really had to take a conscious thought about was how long they are. Not going into crazy guitar solos. That's the only part that I don't like so much about it. So, not all the shreddy shit on it.
Yeah.
So it's like, just timing was a big thing for us. Like how long is the song? How quick does it get to that first chorus? Does the first chorus explode and have a massive amount of impact? And
does it take you like up the whole way?
Yeah, we worked our asses off on it. What happened for Eddie? he's had success. He worked on, some of the early Breaking Benjamin records. He did a whole bunch of 7 Best records. And then David Bendith got into our world. David Bendith's like a world-renowned mixer. He's done Bring Me the Horizon. Breaking Benjamin. He's got more platinum records than I think have ever been made. So he beat us up a little bit too. He would edit things down and chop this. And so it was cool, man. We're super glad we had Bob making this record help us.
Yeah. And it's also got to be difficult too, because it's one thing to make like a long song with great guitar solos, powerful choruses, but like maybe making a long song depending is like a little bit cheating. To make a quick song where you got to compress and make it just as strong, that has to be the ultimate challenge, right?
Yeah, it totally is. You got to make sure every second of that 3 minutes counts. There's no room for waste. It's got to be good.
Yeah, definitely. And the final question I wanted to ask you is when I saw you play live at the Scott Stapp show, that was my first time ever seeing you play live. Kick-ass show. It was definitely memorable. Do you feel like maybe there's a different energy into playing live than there is when you're songwriting, or is there maybe a similar art that kind of ties in the live presence and the studio presence together?
We didn't play we didn't play the songs together as a band until the record was recorded.
Oh wow.
You know, it was I would do my parts. I wrote most of the record with a drum machine. Chris, our previous drummer, he was having, you know, marital problems and he just couldn't get away. You know, we were on tour. As soon as we got off the Scott tour, I think we took a week off or something like that. Me and Ray got right into the studio and we just wrote from September all the way through to December. We took Christmas off, did a show in January, and then we finished like February, right back in.
Yeah.
And it was just too much on Chris. So we never really rehearsed them as a band, you know, so it was, we would do it with a drum machine and edit it down. And then how we auditioned drummers, when we were sending them tracks and they would send us back and we'd be like, yeah, this guy's all right. Or we're like, wow, this guy really hit it. So I think the record was done probably a good month or two before we actually played it as a band. And
yeah, I had like 2 tracks to finish and then we did that. And then it was like, okay, we're done. Like, let's start practicing. Like, let's learn all the stuff that we recorded over the last year and practice.
Make it a band.
Let's have practice now.
Yeah.
So it's difficult.
Yeah, like that songwriting like disconnect, like I mean, and not to discredit, you know, every artist is different and you know there's always, but like it's almost great when you like maybe write the material together. It makes it like more organic in a way, or does that not make an impact?
No, I mean the first record was definitely written, the 4 of us in the room. You know, I was writing all the parts and stuff like that, and then we would all arrange them together. This record was more me and Ray and Mike, and then we would give them to the guys, and then you know we would change a little part here or there depending on what Reno added to it, or you know, but the main song structures were kind of done. Honestly, for me, it was a quicker process because it was like you didn't have to explain things over and over and over again or keep going over the same part.
No, it's like, here it is.
Yeah, like, are you cool with it? Yeah, good.
Yeah,
all right,
go to work. Yeah, go to work.
It was, for me, definitely it was like an easier process.
Yeah.
You know, me and Ray fought like cats and dogs all the time, you know, but we always did. It's hard to write together, you know, we're so close. So.
Yeah, that's the band relationship, right?
And shit like that. And we're so passionate about it.
Yeah.
Exactly. I tell him all the time he's my life partner.
So. Being in a band is the closest form of polygamy that's illegal.
Exactly.
Good. That's a good analogy. I like that.
So
I think I want to move to Utah, all women instead of these guys.
Yeah, that'd be cool too.
Just play in Utah.
Exactly.
So before we go, I want to thank you so much for your time. Great to catch up with you guys again. Hope you all are doing okay. Is there just anything else that you would like to promote for the new album in terms of maybe like a live stream performance or anything else new for Weapons of Anew?
Just, you know, follow us on Spotify. That's a big one for us now. We're really kind of concentrating on building our socials, our fan club and stuff like that. So just, you know,
Facebook,
follow us on
Instagram,
social.
Twitter, all that stuff.
All right. But great to talk. Yeah. But
thank
you. Alex. We'll talk soon. Shoot me that text, bro.
We'll do. Everybody, Weapons of Anew. Be sure to check out Sick Boy. New stuff coming soon. This is Alex from Heavy New York. We will see you next time.